Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Chandana, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about how do you identify the signs to know whether you have a weak aura or no. So first and foremost, people who have a weak aura get influenced by any kind of energy very easily. Okay, so on a more mundane level, this could be that you give in to peer pressure very easily. Okay, and you give in to whoever says today somebody is saying this, you accept whatever they are saying, and tomorrow somebody is saying something else, then you say, oh, no, this is right. So on a mundane level, this is the sign of a very weak aura. Okay, and now on a more spiritual sense, okay, if you are constantly being affected by numerology, okay, where people say your phone number, your house number, your name numerology, your email numerology, this, that, and all, means you should understand that your aura is extremely weak. So basically, a weak aura is when you get affected by anything and everything. Okay, numerology is one of them. The second thing is that, when you are obsessed with wearing crystals, I've seen people wearing crystals like, a newly wedded bride from here to here. Okay, is that you are so heavily dependent on the energy of that crystal, and believe me, that's going to create more havoc for you, because there are certain crystal pairings that you should wear together and some that you shouldn't wear together. It doesn't matter if you want one compatible pairing in one hand and the other compatible pairing in another hand, but these two pairs don't get along. Okay, because ultimately it's on your body itself, right? So you're wearing something here, you're wearing something in your neck, you're a complete crystal walking talking crystal shop. Okay, this also means you have a very weak aura, and this is going to create more confusion in your energetic system when you do all of this. Okay, now the third thing, when you have a weak aura, is again when your phone wallpapers are influencing you, the color of your dress is influencing you. Okay, so when you take all these esoteric sciences to the next level of ridiculousness, is when you need to understand that you have an extremely weak aura, and you absolutely must do some kind of sadhana or spiritual practice to strengthen that aura. Okay, because if you're going to be swayed by any small, like a small little fly, okay, then you are definitely in trouble. So what I'm trying to say to you today is that one should focus on strengthening the aura instead of allowing these sciences to cripple. They are supposed to strengthen you, not cripple you. Okay, and if you feel that your name, your phone wallpaper, scribbling numbers on parts of your body, and keeping some affirmations and all that around you all the time, or all that, it means you have a very weak aura. Because somebody who has a strong aura, they don't need to keep chanting an affirmation every day in the morning. The mere thought that this is what I want to do today is so sharp, has so much fierce speed and energy. Immediately it manifests. If you have to take a notebook and sit and write 5 pages of I will be a billionaire in 2020 something, okay, that means you don't have enough shakti, you don't have enough energy in your aura. So yeah, this is what I wanted to tell you today about a weak aura. And if you find that you're being affected by all these things all the time, then please strengthen it. The other thing I want to tell you here is, barring your phone wallpapers and having some numbers here and there and wearing crystals and all that, two things that do have a very significant impact on a person's energy is, one, your horoscope. Okay, the second one is the Vastu of your house, because if you see a Vastu chart, it also looks like a horoscope only. Okay, so these are the two things where they can, even people with significantly strong auras also, it can affect. So barring astrology and Vastu, okay, all these other modalities that are there, if you constantly feel like you need to change this, or you need to wear a green color eyeliner so your Mercury is good and all that, then you need to be really careful. Okay, and wearing a truckload of crystals and gemstones is also going to create a lot of confusion in your energetic system. So please be careful. And wearing gemstones is very good to improve a certain kind of strength in your aura, but that should be done on the consultation of a good astrologer who knows what they're doing, because there is a proper spiritual way and a puja vidhi that is involved, that needs to be done on the stone and has to be worn at a particular specific time and a tithi with a certain weight. Okay, so this is not you walking into a crystal shop and buying everything that looks cute or is a nice color or is pretty or is fancy, or just because everybody, you know. And nowadays if you see the crystals also, everybody has said every stone will, you know, give you peaceful sleep and you know, strengthen your aura or keep negativity at bay. There is hardly much of a description in the you know, of all the various crystals, you know, barring one or two points that are, you know, plus or minus. So unless you're somebody who really knows how to feel the energy of a crystal and know what it is doing for you, what it is going to do to somebody else, you have to be careful. And don't wear so many you know, if you are taking the help of all too many stones and crystals and all these kind of things, you have to be careful. I'll make another video on understanding just wearing malas also and what significance it has. But this is all I have for you today. Until next time, take care. Namaste.